It's your boy, and we're back with another Master Duel video. Today, I'm bringing back a deck that was played there for a good minute and then got a singular ban and hasn't really seen play since. I still think it's pretty good. We can still do some pretty crazy things. It's Millennium Snake Eye. Of course, it's got the Fiendsmith package in it as well. This is the list that I've been playing. The only thing that I think could be cut out is the Amblo Whale. But everything, or maybe even the Linkuriboh, you don't really need Linkuriboh to play any actual plays without Oak. It really isn't as easy to get going with by getting a +1 with it. So it's really there to help protect Appaloosa. But you could get away with probably cutting out either orb. The rest of the deck, though, I think is pretty standard. You need to play these cards in order to get the deck rolling properly. These ratios, I would say, are probably the correct ratios for the deck as well. You could probably put a 1-for-1 in here. I'm not playing it. You could switch up the staples, the hand traps, to whatever you want to play. But overall, it's been a pretty fun deck. I've been enjoying it a lot. I crafted the Millennium cards. I've got an Exodia deck, and I'll be showing that off later this week. But let's go ahead and get into some duels that I did on stream. This is going to be a little bit different. Normally I go in and actively play, but we can go through these games a little bit quicker through fast forwarding on games I've already had. This was some successful wins that I got while playing the deck in ranked. So let's go ahead and get into the first one here. Let's show this one off. This one went a little bit longer, just so you guys can see the deck in action. So our opponent is selected going first. Our only hand trap here is Maxi. It looks like they're playing Ryzeal. So before they summon the next monster, we're going to go ahead and Maxi. So they'll go for the normal summon, get Star Ryzeal. We're going to hold the Infinite Impermanence for Duo Drive if he decides to go for it, or the Detonator on our turn. But he makes a 3-material Detonator, getting to a 4th material off Aggregator. Searches another Ryzeal. Maybe he was hoping I would troll myself. So we've got a Monster Negate and a couple of pops. So we'll go ahead and Imperm here to turn off the Detonator. Search our other Diabell that we drew for turn with our Wanted. And then we'll go ahead and get our Millennium plays going here by putting one of the Diabell in the back row. We were looking to bait out that cross, so it's a good thing that we got that baited out through the Millennium card in our hand. We'll go ahead and summon the Diabell in our hand. We already have original Sinful Spoils, and we'll go into Fiendsmith plays here. So we'll go ahead and summon the Requiem, and we'll summon the Lacrima from the deck, sending the Engraver. We'll get Engraver out, and then we'll be looking to put Requiem on the Engraver so we can send the Detonator from the field to the graveyard. Then we'll go ahead and go into Sequence, and we'll go ahead and summon Desiree here. So everything's looking pretty good. We're liking what we see so far. On the Desiree summon, his field flashed up. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, alright. He could have a nib here. So we're probably just going to attach the Sequence, go into battle and try and bait it out. Make it look like that's all we were going to do here. Nothing happened, so we'll go ahead and just push. Use original, get to Snake Eye Ash. Get Poplar out to go for Temple. We'll place Temple. Everything's going well. We'll go ahead and go into Linkuriboh here. Put something else in the back row. And then we'll send Linkuriboh and Snake Eye Ash to get to Flamberge. Use our Snake Eye Diabell. Then get to Doom Dragon. Then go into Promethean Princess. We'll trigger Flamberge, summon the 2. And then resummon Flamberge. And then we'll use Desiree to negate our own Promethean Princess, so we can go into Masquerena. And then we can go into Appaloosa. So, not bad overall. We didn't use our materials in the most efficient way, I feel like, but he was kind of scaring us with what he could use out of hand or in graveyard. I wasn't very certain what he could use. Seems like he just had something in hand. We'll go for the draw and we'll get a Fulo, so nothing very good there. We probably should have done it before we made the Appaloosa, because we could have normal summoned that. He goes for the draw 1, and the thought process was here, even though it's not an if you do effect, so he'll still get the draw 1. I was thinking, well, we're probably not going to get another opportunity to Called by the Grave the Duo Drive. So we could shut off the Duo Drive for the turn by Called by the Graving it here, since it was one of the targets. So even though it's not going to interrupt the field spell entirely, it will stop a future Duo Drive if he decides to go for that. So that was the thought process there. He still has Detonator in Grave, so I am looking to Called by the Grave that at some point. He goes for his X-Trizeal and he looks to use Aggregator to negate Appaloosa. So we'll go ahead and negate the Aggregator. He'll get the X-Trizeal to go off. And then, before he runs over Appaloosa, we'll just go ahead and negate the Sword Ryzeal here. We'll go ahead and summon the Masquerena, and we maybe should have waited, honestly. But I'm not 100% certain. I think Detonator was just going to pop it anyway. So we go ahead and trigger Promethean Princess. He doesn't do anything because he knows it's going to protect it. So now we're going to activate Masquerena. And then he's going to we're going to Call by the Grave the Detonator to stop the popping of the Masquerena. And then he's going to go for the pop on the Masquerena again. So now he's got no materials on Detonator. We do negate Detonator for the rest of the turn. And Promethean Princess is going to pop it here. So he can't protect the Detonator. We'll go ahead and trigger Flamberge here. Summon out 2 Snake Eye. Search out Original, since we shuffled it back into the deck earlier. And he's going to get a search here. He's going to go for Ice Ryzeal. We'll let that go through, just because it -1s him. He normal summons the Ice Ryzeal, and we're going to go ahead and Desiree. Negate the field spell, and he just had another Ice Ryzeal to go for, so he goes into Flame Banshee, and at this point I'm like, well, there really isn't a whole lot that he can go for. He'll use the Star Ryzeal, search out Ryzeal plugin, which was a pretty good play. And then he'll go into Utopic Ray Lancer. He's going to go ahead and negate our board, but then we're going to summon Linkuriboh after that, so it's not negated. Put our Snake Eye Diabell in the back row. We'll stop the 1 attack that we can. And he'll go for 2 attacks, but for some reason he keeps Promethean Princess on the board. I think that's a mistake, and I think he realized it too, because next turn we were just going to summon Flamberge and probably go for game. But that's going to be it for that game. Let's go ahead and jump into the next game here. I believe this game we went second as well. Alright, we're in the next game. They selected going first. We have 2 hand traps, Ash Blossom and Nibiru, so I'm feeling okay about this hand. Especially since we're playing against evil heroes here. So he goes ahead and searches an evil hero, sends another, searches another, or specials another evil hero. And this guy can actually go full Fiendsmith combo, and I didn't quite realize that, but it's fine. We'll go ahead and Ash Blossom on the Requiem here. And he calls by the Graves it, but it'll be okay. We still have Nib. We're playing against Hero. Even if he summons Desiree, it's nothing. But we are going to have to look out for a potential Appaloosa play. So at this point, we're hiding our Nibiru and hoping that he goes for something like Desiree instead, and then attempts to go into some other plays. But he goes for Aerial Eater here. This will send another Fiend. It goes for a Fabled Fiend, which is wild. So he goes ahead and summons Abyssal Magnum, and we'll go ahead and trigger the Nibiru here because he can go for Appaloosa, which will be a problem for us. He's looking to go into some Fabled plays, it seems. But he doesn't really do anything else. He summons the Engraver, attaches the Requiem, and he'll use Engraver's effect to send our Nibiru monster. He'll keep his token. He gets a Bestial in hand. I figured he would go for the other Bestial that when it's sent to grave, it would be able to do something, but he goes for the one that has an effect while it's on the field, not when it gets sent to graveyard, Baldrake. He'll Droll us, which is a problem for our Popular when we activate Tract to get Lurie. So we'll have to call by the grave the Droll. Otherwise our Popular is dead in hand, and so is our Droll and Locker. So we'll go ahead and go into Lurie from grave and then go into Requiem. And we'll go ahead and summon Lacrima, sending Engraver. And we're looking to get a Desiree, probably, online. He goes and uses Baldrake. We're hoping to get that baited out, but he banishes Requiem for some reason, so we get the Engraver out of the graveyard anyway. He's probably thinking we'll go into sequence. We'll just go ahead and normal summon Poplar here, then use Original, getting Ash, and then putting Poplar in the back row. Now this is where we probably messed up. We should have used Poplar in the back row, but I figured Doom Dragon would come out pretty easily here, but we misplayed. What did we think that we had going on there? I think we thought that we could use the Requiem, but we didn't have that, so because it was banished, so we'll go ahead and just make the Doom Dragon off of that. Punch over. And then we were going to make SP Little Knight, but we actually realized that we had the Light Charmer for our normal combo, and the Fiendsmith monsters are light, so we'll go ahead and get a light monster out of their grave. We'll go for the Fabled monster since he can kind of manipulate his Fiendsmith monsters. So we'll go into Promethean Princess, get Flamberge. And since we didn't get a chance to trigger Flamberge earlier, we'll summon 2 Snake Eyes, go into Linkuriboh, and then go into SP Little Knight. We'll attempt to banish the Engraver in his graveyard, and then he'll use his Lacrima to summon Fiendsmith Requiem, get to the Lacrima again, and send another Engraver. So SP Little Knight didn't do a whole lot, but I knew that there really wasn't going to be much that SP Little Knight could accomplish. He's going to equip the Requiem to the Lacrima. We're going to go ahead and stop that by using SP Little Knight to banish both of them. And he's going to summon Engraver. And to just shut down pretty much the entire Fiendsmith portion of his deck, we're just going to summon Promethean Princess here, popping the Engraver. But it looks like he still has something going on here. He can't do anything else because he's got Engraver and Lacrima Engrave, so he just summoned Requiem and passed. We were going to have game there. We were going to be able to summon Flamberge again. We were going to be able to really mess him up. Alright, we've got the third game here. This time we're going first. And we've got a pretty decent hand. We've got Sangenjin. It'll get Ash Blossom though when we attempt to special summon it, which will stop it. But that's fine. We'll go ahead and Talents. Draw 2. See what else we get. We get another Diabell and Wedju Temple. So we're off to the races here. We'll go ahead and put the Diabell from our hand in the back row, summon the other Millennium, get Doom Dragon, and then immediately go into Fiendsmith plays. And this will help kind of bait anything else that he's got going on. We'll use a Lacrima to send Engraver, resummon the Engraver from the graveyard, and then go into sequence here. And we're hoping to play around Nibiru this time, so we're going to go ahead and make sequence. Use summon the Fusion Lacrima, resummon the Engraver, and then we'll go Appaloosa, getting 3 negates on there. Cycle back the sequence, then we'll go into Wanted, get the Diabell, and then we'll go into Snake Eye plays here. We'll go ahead and summon the Snake Eye Ash here, getting to Poplar, getting to Temple. So normal Snake Eye plays here. Put the Diabell in the back row. We'll send it away, get Flamberge. Go into Masquerena, summon 2. Get into Link Rebo, so we have that ready. Put the Snake Eye Diabell in the back row again. Go into Promethean Princess. Summon out Flamberge and Ambler Whale. Then we'll put Masquerena in the back row as well. Draw 1. And we'll get Fabled Glory. Not that great, but it is what it is. We have a pretty decent board. We're playing against Vanquish Soul. So he goes to activate the Search effect. I can tell that he's looking to pop the Appaloosa from where it's placed on the board. It is a quick effect. So we'll go ahead and Ash here instead of using Appaloosa. And then we'll go into Masquerena. And then we could go into SP Little Knight and then get it off the board. We could Appaloosa any other summons from his hand and it would have been great. But that's going to be it for the replay videos, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. This is the list again. I feel like the deck's still almost just as powerful as it was before. It's like very slightly went down in power level. I think the only problem is that it honestly plays pretty badly into Ryzeal boards most of the time. You really gotta draw some good hand traps against Ryzeal, and even then sometimes that isn't enough. It has an okay matchup against Malice. As you know, obviously going first, you have a decent hand, you get your plays off, and it kind of just decimates. I recommend playing Flame Banshee, Chorozo, and Lina, the Light Charmer, in order to make your Snake Eye plays off your Fiendsmith plays or off your Millennium plays. So everything kind of just continues to tie together. It lost a lot before, especially after, what's it called? The rank 6 XCs from Abyss, Burning Abyss. Whatever it's called. The one that got banned. Ever since that got banned, and you couldn't send Snake Eye Ash off of it from your deck, so you could go into Promethean Princess and then go into your Snake Eye plays. The Millennium portion of the deck just hasn't really felt quite as powerful to me. But honestly, the Chorozo and the Flame Banshee really tied the deck back together, and I feel like the deck really needs it. It just helps, wrap everything together, brings a bit more synergy. It does limit your extra decks slots that you have available to you. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of a give and take thing, pro and con. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. I'll catch you guys later.